Hi everybody, and welcome back to Summer Extravaganza.
We're here at the Creation Experience Museum. I'm talking with Dr. Rod Butterworth. He's the president here. How are you today, sir?
Well, I'm fine, thank you.
Nice to see you. I'm so excited to be here, and because I do have a background in, my parents had different religions, but I found my way to where I am, but there's kind of a disconnect with science and religion. Is that kind of what you're telling people about here?
Well, yes, what we want them to experience as they go through the museum, by the way, our title is a Creation Experience Museum. We want them to experience that they can look at science and, let me say real science, underline the word real science, and find that it actually does fit the biblical history of the Bible. So we want to see that they can connect the two together, and after they come through this museum, we have thousands of kids of all ages come through. They can have in their mind this thought, wow, I can believe the Bible, and real science actually supports it.
Right, and walking through, you have scripture, and you have quotes from philosophers, and they have all kind of come together in agreement.
Yes, well, that's the wonderful thing about the different resources we have available for a museum such as this. For example, we have some of the quotes from the founding fathers at the very beginning of the museum to show people that, unfortunately, the Founding Fathers' statements have been more or less pushed out of today's history books, but they're very important we believe it's very important for Americans to know what their Founding Fathers actually believed and what they based this nation on, because I became an American citizen over 37 years ago. And God led me here, but never dreamed I would end up in Missouri, and never dreamed that I would actually be involved in an actual facility like this, a museum where we can see thousands of people come through, all ages, and have them influenced to understand and believe, we trust, that they can believe the Bible. That is our foundation. The Bible is, we believe, is God's special revelation to this world, and its history is true.
Basically, what you're doing is you're coming together with God's creation and science?
Absolutely,
Making
yes.
it all work together.
Yes, and it does. That's the wonderful thing about it. In fact, even Charles Darwin, there's a picture right there, discovered in his writings that he didn't really have all the answers. He actually questioned himself, some of the things that he wrote in his famous book on the origin of species. That's one of the unusual things about this particular museum. It's not just about the artifacts, the archaeology, the biology and geology. We insert the spiritual message as people go through the museum. And that's what we think is so important, to relate it, like you said earlier, to relate the science and the Bible and Christianity together. We think that to talk about Adam and Eve is very, very important, because that's where the problems of this world began. You'll see a serpent up in the tree, because representing the enemy of God who was able to deceive Eve, but not Adam. Adam knew what he was doing. And here we have a wonderful model of Noah's Ark, which is to scale, because we don't want children to think that Noah's Ark looked like this.
Oh, right.
This is foolish. When you look at the dimensions that the Bible gives for the ark, which is basically cubits from the elbow to the tip of the big finger, the ark was up to 450 to 500 feet long. Here's a very interesting picture. My wife and I saw the original one down in Glen Rose, Texas. It shows a human footprint and a dinosaur footprint together. You can see the human footprint came there
See,
first.
I see a bear face or a dog face. There's the eyes, there's the snout. See, you can see whatever you want to see, I guess.
Right, yes.
So if somebody were to come and, first of all, it's free, and that's hard to believe.
Oh, yes.
How can it be free?
We get that question quite a bit, and sometimes we get phone calls, in fact quite often, and they'll say, they're calling the office, say, how much is it to come in? And we'll say, free. And then sometimes I'll say, but how much is it to come in? No, it's free. It really is free, free admission. Wow. So we operate by donations only, and we've seen God supply the needs down through the years.
Now, do you have plans to expand?
We do. In fact, God blessed us with some new property just 2 miles from here. I won't divulge all the details at this point, but we are excited about being able to build on new property much bigger than we are able to do here. That will be happening, God willing, in the next year or two.
Well, and then so you'll move everything here over and expand?
Yes.
Because you've got a lot of fossils, a lot of detail in this. This is a lot to move, and some of it, I mean, you don't want to lose one piece.
Right, can you come and help when we're ready to do that?
Absolutely, I will do that. I will be very careful. I find it fascinating. So you have tour guides that bring people through and kind of explain what's going on?
Yes, that's what we do. We have specially trained tour guides. For example, one of the books I've written is called Did God Really Say That? And it's a basic book. It's for sale in our bookstore. I'm not trying to sell it to you, but it basically says, were Adam and Eve real people? You know, was there really a worldwide flood? It covers the basics and that sort of thing. So we have every new person that wants to be a tour guide begin to study and read so that they are qualified and have all this knowledge, so that when people do ask them questions during the tour, and many of them do, they will often have the answers, or they can refer people to the bookstore.
So what we want to do is show people that you don't have to choose between believing science or believing the Bible. You can believe both, because the actual proven facts of science agree with the Bible.
Right, and as you come out of the tour, you have a nice bookstore, you have a nice DVDs and different things people can purchase for more information.
And what's exciting to me about the things that are available in the bookstore is that almost all of them are spoken or written by Christians who are PhD scientists, whether they're geologists or biologists, etc. That gives us a lot of credibility, because the fact is that if people are willing to study the science with an unbiased mind, they will find that it does match biblical history.
They might come up with a different answer. And Rod, you're easy to find. You're right by the big cross. You take the 160 exit.
That's right. Since the cross has been up there just several months ago, it's a wonderful landmark. And people get off at the same exit, whether you're coming from Branson or whether you're coming from the north. And then you take the outer road north. And there's a little blue sign there from the Department of Transportation indicating people to come up the outer road, just 4/10 of a mile. So we're very easy to find. Actually, if you're coming from Springfield, you can see us up on the right. When you see the big dinosaur above the sign, if you look a little beyond that, you'll see us up on the hill here.
Thank you so much. I've learned so much today. I want to come back and learn some more. I appreciate all your time today. Come to the Creation Experience Museum. If you get a chance, it is incredible. You're going to really enjoy this place.
Hey, don't you dare touch that dial. There's more fun in the sun and more summer extravaganza right after this.